Good morning. My name is Deon Holmes, and I represent Westside Baptist Church in Fayetteville, Texas. I'm going to be telling you my testimony based on a nonviolent felon. I won't read the whole
Would
entire.
I like to closer to you, please?
A nonviolent felon. My name is Deon Holmes, inmate 241571112. I have been married for 25 years, raised 6 children, and have attended Westside Baptist Church in Louisville for over 10 years. I drove all the way from Denton County to ask to oppose SB 21 because I can tell you firsthand that keeping people locked up because they can't pay bail does unending damage to our lives and our families for generations. My downfall began when I began committing white-collar crimes like tax fraud and credit card fraud, no more different than celebrity Martha Stewart was charged and convicted around the same time I was, where she only served 5 months sentence followed by 5 months of house arrest and 2 years probation. I was indicted for tax fraud and was sentenced to federal prison for 37 months in April of 2002. I kidded myself thinking my wealth would allow me to skirt the system like Martha Stewart did. Instead, I was fined by the federal government $2.1 million, and 24 days into incarceration, my grandmother passed. 1 year after that, the exact same day, December 26, my mother passed. The educator in the prison came to me and said, "Mr. Holmes, if you can look up, you can get up." I was released 66 days later in March of 2004. I would make that mission statement and foundation upon which to rebuild my life. But the system does not help rebuild their lives. After prison, I stayed in a halfway house for 4 months, and it was the toughest time of my life because of the dynamics of the system seemed to design for the inmates like me to fail and go back to prison instead of the system support to acclimate people back into society. While in the halfway house, I literally filled out 50 applications a day looking for employment. When I got an interview with Walmart for a management position, I asked them to pay me 60% of the wages and work me 6 days a week for 10 hours a day and receive an $8,500 tax credit, and I would then pay 25% of my gross income for 6 months. I served 2 years probation, paying $400 a month restitution, on which only $40 goes towards principal. I also have a 20-year judgment on everything me and my wife own until 2025. Recently, since I lost my job April 1st due to COVID, I filed bankruptcy April 2nd, and my house was seized by the government, sold it for $150,000 below value, and the government received $75,000, and the rest of the proceeds went towards the people that sold the home. As it relates to SB 21, I discovered so many things are wrong with the penal and criminal justice system, how systematically brown and black people are being punished so harshly in comparison to the white community. SB 21 would only make life worse, not better for Texans. My mission in life now is to help and touch as many people as I can because I know if I can make it through the struggles, anyone can. I would like to help and promote change in our community socially, economically, and spiritually, as I am more than just 241571112. I am Deon Holmes. Please oppose SB 21. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the testimony.